Hi, this is David. I'm one of the IT project managers for ACG. I'm here today to show you how to hook up the equipment for work at home. First, you're going to be receiving a few boxes. One of the boxes that you're going to receive is a Cisco Meraki device. Inside this box is going to be the Cisco Meraki device along with a power pack, and inside the box also will contain a black Ethernet cable. With the Meraki device will also come a canvas bag that will have a power cord inside of it that will connect to the power pack so that you can connect it to one of your outlets. I do want to say that you will need, for your work at home solution, you will need 3 available AC outlets to be able to connect all of your equipment. The next box that you're going to have is your audio codes phone. Inside this box will be your handset, will be the phone itself. You're also going to have a curly cord that will plug into the handset, as well as a headphone adapter cable that will connect to the phone, and we'll show you how to do that here in just a couple of minutes. Also in the box is going to be another RJ45 Ethernet cable, and that's so that you can connect the phone to the Meraki device, and of course a stand to be able to prop the phone up. And again, we'll show you how to hook all this up here in just a second. The third box you're going to receive is a Dell Wise box. Inside this box you're going to have the Dell Wise thin client. This is going to be your computer. In that box you're also going to have a mouse, keyboard, along with an Ethernet cable and a power pack and power cable for the Dell Wise thin client device. If you're receiving a monitor, you'll receive a monitor. Inside there will be the monitor itself, the stand. It'll come with a power cable and a display port cable. If you're taking your monitor home, we're going to show you how to do that, but you may have adapter cables to go from a VGA connection to DisplayPort or a DVI connection to DisplayPort. The thin clients only take a DisplayPort connector, so it's important that we get this correct and get this right to you. Okay, so I'm going to remove the boxes out of the way here and show you how to hook up the equipment. You're also going to have an instruction sheet that will be sent out to you. I highly recommend that you watch this video in its entirety first, and then try to hook up your equipment, and then watch the video again to make sure that it's hooked up correctly. Bear with me just a second here. Okay, so you're going to have your Meraki device here. The instruction set says that you're going to plug in the power from the power pack. That's going to go in on the right side of the Meraki device. The other end will plug into your power outlet. Your Ethernet cable, in that one is provided. It's a very short cable. You can interchange these cables as you need, but the first connection will be to port number 1 on the Meraki device. The other end of this one will go to your internet modem at your house. Again, if the cable is too short, you will need to go out and buy a cable that might be 25 or 50 feet or however long it is. Okay, we're going to move on to the phone. In the back of the phone, if you grab the phone and you turn it over, you're going to see that you've got some connections back here on the back of the phone. And that on the far left hand side is going to be an RJ11 connection. This RJ11 connection is for the curly cord for your headset. Okay, not your handset or the receiver, but your headset, and it has the quick disconnect. So that will go on the left-hand side. You're also going to have a power adapter that comes with the phone. You do not need the power adapter at this time, and that the phone will receive power over its Ethernet connection. So your Ethernet cable that you got with the phone, you're going to go ahead and you're going to plug that connection into port, the far right port on the phone. So it should look like that when it's done being connected. Once you've got that connection, those two connections made, you can take the curly cord for your handset receiver, and that will plug into the bottom of the phone and wrap around like that. So those are your three connections that you're going to need for the phone. So if you flip the phone over at this point in time, you can grab the one for the handset receiver and you can plug it in and put that on the phone. You do have a stand for the phone. They can be a little tricky to try and get on there, but if you put it on there and slide it on, you should be able to slide it up on the phone and then be able to set the phone upright going forward. Okay, so the other end, like I said, for the phone, the Ethernet cable, that is going to plug into port 5 on your Meraki device. So we've connected one to your home internet modem, port 5 to the phone. Okay, we're going to move on to the Dell-Wise thin client. And then on the back of the thin client, we're going to start from the bottom up. The bottom is going to be your power adapter. So with your kit that you received, you're going to have a power cord that's going to fit into the little power brick. This end will plug into the wall. This end is going to plug into the bottom of the thin client device. So we're going to plug that in. You also received another Ethernet cable. This Ethernet connection is going to plug into the RJ45 jack on the back of the thin client device, and then the other end of this is now going to plug into port 2 on the Meraki device. So these should be your connections. Again, port 1 goes to your internet modem, port 2 goes to your thin client device, port 5 goes to the phone. Okay, along with the thin client is going to be a keyboard and a mouse. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to hook those up. On the back of the thin client, you'll see that there's 4 USB ports. You can use any of them. I prefer to use the blue ones. They do work faster. So go ahead and connect your mouse and your keyboard up. Okay, make sure those are seated in there firmly. Now, with your keyboard, your mouse, your Ethernet, and your power applied, and that the last thing to connect is your monitor. And your monitor, if you've got a new one, it's going to come with a stand and with the monitor itself. You'll see that we've got some connections on the back here. One is for power, so we're going to take our power cord and we're going to plug it in under the back of the monitor. And that the other cable is going to be the DisplayPort cable. The DisplayPort cable, and that, if you're looking at it, it looks like a D-shaped port cable. That is going to plug into the port down here on the bottom, and it looks like a D-shaped. It's right next to an HDMI, but it is different. So make sure you got it lined up right and make sure that that's seated in there nice and tight. From there, you can then take the monitor and put it on the stand. There's some keys at the top of it, and if you just set it on there and whoops, having some technical difficulties here. It's actually easier if you take the stand and lock it in like that. Make sure it clicks and locks in. Now you have the stand mounted in there. Now your cable can be connected over here to your thin client. In the thin client, you've got 2 ports, port 2, port 1. Let's go ahead and plug that into port 1. Make sure it's lined up. Again, make sure that that's firmly seated in there, and your connections have now been completed. Okay, we're going to pause for a minute so we can get all this hooked up and then show you how to actually log into the unit. Thanks. Hi, this is David. We're back. We've got the home setup complete, so I want to go through the login process with you just to make sure everything's functioning. If your phone has been connected properly, you should now see on your display and up in the upper left hand corner it will say MIHQ-A- whatever that code or that station ID is. You can also pick up the phone and make sure you've got a dial tone on that. Also, if you pick up the receiver and it lights up, you should be in a pretty good spot there. Also, if you go ahead and push the power button on your thin client, that'll start to boot up for you. You'll notice the blue light. Also, on your monitor, go ahead and hit the power button. That will power on for you, and it'll start to come up to the screen. This is the new updated desktop. The icon that you're going to need to launch your VDI is this blue icon right here. It's called Citrix Workspace. Click on that icon. You're going to be directed to the license page, legal notice page. Click Accept. At this point, you're going to enter in your user ID. And then hit log on. And at this point, you're going to be presented with your Duo two-factor authentication. Please follow the instructions that were provided to you to set up Duo on your phone to be able to complete this process. Thank you. But if it's your first time doing this, it's going to walk you through the steps to set up Duo. There's instructions on it. Follow those instructions. If you have an older, if I can say one thing, make sure Duo Mobile is installed on your phone before you get to this point. Also, make sure that you have a 4-digit PIN security code set on the phone or some sort of biometrics. Also, make sure that you've done a software update on your phone prior to starting this process. If this screen comes up and these are kind of grayed out, it means that there's something wrong with your phone and Duo doesn't like it. But if everything works correctly and you're able to set up the phone, then you can either say send me a push notification, in which if you hit that on your Duo mobile phone on the application, it'll come up and it'll give you an opportunity to accept or deny, and when you hit accept, it'll auto log you in. It works really neat. You can also say call me. It'll call your cell phone number or whatever number you programmed in when you registered Duo, or you can say enter a passcode, and at that point it will send you an SMS text message or a code to your Duo mobile application. So that's how you set everything up. Good luck, and again, if you need any assistance, you can always contact the help desk. The ACG service desk number is 1-800-226-3300 if you need assistance with getting this set up. Again, good luck, and thank you for watching.